Welcome back to the Wolfcast podcast, everybody. I'm the Tru Alpha here with my talented, amazing sister, Sick May,
Hi.
and my brother from another mother, Fang.
What's up?
Today's topic is the Halloween special part 2, because I'm pretty sure we did one already, right?
We've done one.
I'm
We did
old.
one last Halloween.
Mhm.
Yes, it's a yearly thing. Halloween happens every year.
So, in the spirit of Halloween, here is your scary story. Sergeant Major Morris introduces a mummified monkey paw to Mr. and Mrs. White. He tells them that he found it while serving in India. The paw has the ability to grant 3 wishes, but they always come with terrible consequences. Mr. White ignores Morris's warnings and asks the paw and wishes for 200 pounds. Next day, he receives the news that his son Herbert died in an accident at his workplace. The employer sends 200 pounds as compensation for the family of the accident victim. Mrs. White is anguished and wants her son back. After nearly 10 days of the funeral, the couple decides to ask for another wish. They rub the monkey's paw and ask for his son to come back. They hear a knock on the door. The knock turns into a banging, and Mrs. White fumbles to open the door. Terrified with the idea of seeing a mutilated and decomposed body of their son's outside his house, Mr. White makes a third and final wish. The door knocks stop, and when Mrs. White opens the door, she is shattered in pain and disappointment as there is nobody there. Ooh.
See, I got a problem with that story.
Yeah.
Monkey's paw gives 5 wishes, not 3.
Oh, so some monkey paws have 3 fingers, some have 5. It's all how the legend goes.
That's very true. Another thing, when it did the I wish for 200 pounds, in my mind, the monkey's paw was going to make the dude gain 200 pounds.
Don't make me laugh.
Because that's the kind of thing that asshole fucking, wishing machine would do. It wouldn't give you 200 pounds in currency. It'd be like, all right, you want 200 pounds? You now weigh 200 pounds more.
Right. I should have said dollars, but I was reading it off there. So,
well, he probably, as the legend goes, read it as, or said it as pounds.
Yeah.
He wished for 200 pounds because that is the currency he would have been using.
Mm.
But wishing mechanics are fucking dicks and very specific.
Same thing with genies. You got to word it properly because, sometimes the genies have a catch of if you don't say it the proper way, you're going to get the worst outcome of that wish. You'll still get it, but it's not going to be the way you want to get it.
Right. There was one that the genie pops up and he's like, all right, you can't wish for more wishes. You can't kill anybody. He goes through the rules, and you also can't wish for more genies. He goes, all right, I wish for a pen and a paper, and that for everything that I write down on that pen or on that paper to come true.
Huh. That's cheeky.
Like
That right there should be 3 wishes, though.
That's only 2. I wish for a pen and paper.
That's
which
2.
is nope.
That's one
pen
wish.
And paper pen and paper is sold and marketed as a singular item. You can buy pen and paper. You wished for one singular item of pen and paper.
But that could.
He could have the genie could have fucked him up and be like, all right, that's 2 wishes. But even then, the guy goes, so let's say you're right. He uses all 3 wishes. I wish for a pen and paper and for anything that I write down to come true.
Mm-hmm.
Or to happen, rather. The guy still goes, he writes down, I now have 5 more genies.
Yeah.
He didn't wish for it. It just comes true because that's what his wish said would happen.
That was the stipulations of his wish.
Genies?
More wishes.
But if anything he writes on the piece of paper comes true, he wouldn't need more genies.
That is true. It's more of a story of giving the middle finger to a genie.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
It's like, he could write down, I now have $1 million, and he would have $1 million. Like, he no longer needs the genie because he has this magical notebook.
Mm-hmm.
He effectively has the Death Note.
Essentially. Can we talk about how much I love your outfit? Like, oh my God, you are the most adorablest thing ever. Like, I love that kimono.
Just because I'm in a pink kimono dressed as May doesn't mean I'm cute.
But I'm really proud of how that kimono turned out. It's fucking gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. Yes, it's absolutely stunning. You did great work with this entire thing.
Yee.
Then Maya's Fang just in a blue shirt and pants.
That's what he always wears.
For those of you who don't know, because we did this, but it happened before the podcast even happened. This entire scene here actually bamboozled the fuck out of Alpha because he looked at it from left to right and he goes, Fang, what the fuck are you wearing in this photo? I was like, I'm dressed as May, and May is dressed as me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hear this moment of silence, a solid 5 seconds of silence.
The hamster was trying.
And he goes, oh!
Yeah, because like I saw Fang's ears and hair. Didn't
Yeah.
even see May's face. Then I saw May's ears. Didn't see Fang's face. I saw the dress. I thought it was just Fang on the left, May in the middle. And then he said that, and then I was like, I don't get it. Like, what? And then I saw Fang's face with May's ears, and I was like, oh, shit!
Those aren't my ears, those are my horns.
That's what I said.
You said ears.
You did say
You're
yours.
sick.
But yes, but I heard you say ears and not horns.
She heard it.
I heard it. Leave this sick
Stop
person alone.
yelling at us.
I just want to go trick or treat.
Man, I wish I could still go trick or treating as an adult, man.
You can.
Wait a minute, it's frowned upon. No, I
It's
had
only
this whole.
frowned upon with older fucking people who bitch about it.
No, I had this whole scenario in my head. What we could do is, we go trick or treating with the kids, and then, I hold up another bag. Like, yeah, we have a sick one at home with grandma right now, so we're trick or treating for them. That way, the adults could get candy as well. Kind of cheat the system that way.
I think I was like 16 or 17 when I got my heart broken. I went out for Halloween. I don't remember who I was with, because I know like you're younger than me. Like all my
you
friends
hadn't
are
even
pretty much
known
younger.
me. You hadn't known me when you were 16. I didn't meet you until you were 17, going on 18.
I am 17, going on 18.
'Cause I think I was a freshman in high school when you and I met.
Anyways, so like I just remember going out, and I was like, I know I'm almost at that age where I can't do this anymore, but fuck it, we'll do one last shebang. And the first house I hit, I get hit with the, aren't you a little too old to be trick-or-treating? And just fucked my whole mood and left and went home.
Oh, honey. I remember. Good.
My last experience trick-or-treating, I wasn't even interested in trick-or-treating. I was using it as an excuse to stay out late. Because I had stayed at my mom's house, and I did my thing, because I'd been working at a haunted house at this time. So I was 16 or 17 years old. I was 17. Because it was the Halloween that I would have turned, or it was the year before I would have turned 18. So I had already been working at a haunted house. I loved scaring people. I still do. It's just great.
Oh yeah, it's fun. Even startling people is enjoyable for me as well.
Right. So I had been sitting outside my mom's house. We had a fog machine, and I was hiding. I was scaring people. I was sitting in a chair pretending to be a lifeless mannequin and, jumping and scaring people and just having a good old time. And then I got the okay to go out and have fun. I had fun. I'm not going any further into that.
You had adult fun.
I had some adult fun as a teenager, yes. And I remember Alpha, I want to say Stretch and Fitzgerald walking into the park from over by Mo's house.
You spend a lot of time in parks, don't you?
The park was literally, so the park was my backyard and Fitzgerald's backyard and Mo's backyard. The only people who had to actually walk to the park were Alpha and Stretch.
Meagle, Scuba Steve.
Oh yeah, and Scuba Steve and all them. And even then, their walk wasn't that long. That's where we all met. That's where we all hung out and had fun. So yes, we spent a lot of time in parks.
Yeah, that was the hangout. Like you got off the bus. Well, when we weren't in football, the people that played football, but like, yeah, we'd get off the bus, and within like the next 30 minutes, we would all be either knocking on each other's doors or meet up at the park.
Yep.
And we were there until the lights came on, or the street lights came on, and we had to go home.
So I remembered having my time, doing my thing, and then which happened in the park. You know where the that little archway is that led to it was like a makeshift. It was that fucking area where they had all those bumps. You know what I'm talking about?
The fun bumps.
Yeah, the fun bumps. It was in that area, that little archway by the bushes. Yeah, that's where that happened. But I remember being done, and I looked up, and you guys were walking because you had texted me where I was, and I told you I was in the park, and you guys were walking in, and I saw you, but you guys hadn't seen me yet, and I just started howling because I can howl. And they were like, you heard me. I don't think any of the others heard me, but you specifically heard me.
Wonder why.
And you're like, I hear it. He's here. He's at the park. And I'm just sitting there cackling like a fucking gremlin, playing hide and seek with my friends, essentially. And yeah, that was my last Halloween that I can actually remember where I wasn't just working at a haunted house or,
I wanted to go haunted housing this year. Nobody wanted to go.
I would have been down. I love going to haunted houses. I would totally have gone with you, bro. They're so much fun.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. And I don't know, I'm thinking about honestly going out, like dressing up and just walking the neighborhood, seeing if I can scare people.
Yeah, I mean, my outfit was really cool last night. Like, I was really proud of how my makeup turned out. It looked freaking awesome.
Last night was fun.
Oh, that was really fun. Yeah, because his boss throws a party at his house every year, and his theme was Jedi. So, obviously Fang wants to be the odd man out and go as a Sith or some semblance of a Sith.
I was told specifically that anybody who shows up as a Sith was going to get their ass kicked. And I was like, all right, fucking bet. These guys don't know I'm trained in sword fighting. I'm going to show up. They're probably going to charge. Like, I had this entire scenario in my head where I just get charged by Jedi. And that didn't happen, but...
No, but you showed your boss that you know how to sword fight, though.
Yeah, my boss pulled out these really expensive lightsabers. They were $100. One of them was $92. The other one was $110. And they're nice, dude. When I shit you not, when I tell you these lightsabers were the nicest lightsabers I've ever fucking seen. And
Probably the ones that they had at like Walmart and Target and shit.
No. His wife ordered them online. Like they are.
Yeah,
you have to order
them online, but the ones that I saw at Walmart were like $100, and they were like damn near replica. Like shouldn't even take out of the box, and if you do, you put them up on the shelf, and no kids touch them.
This website has some like that, but they range all the way from $80 to like $600. So it's a legit like website to get like authentic looking lightsabers.
Yeah, they were really cool. So he challenged me to a sword fight, and I was told by him that I was the first person to actually give him an actual fight. I was like, yeah, I do this. I collect these things. What do you mean? Of course I know how to use them. So that was it was a really fun experience.
I think last year was my first like adult Halloween party. It was actually really fun just to see like what everyone comes to the party as, and then how trash people are at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think I went to a Halloween party as a kid. Like maybe like something for like school or something, or like, you go out and trick or treat as a kid, you see all the costumes, but I had never been to one until last year. And it was kind of funny because like I dressed up as Michael Myers, and I wanted to be Michael Myers like my whole life, but couldn't afford the costume. And I finally got it. And like for the first 30 minutes to an hour, I played the part. Like I didn't speak. I was freaking the fuck out. Or freaking everybody the fuck out. I even heard people going, I don't even know if that's Holden. Like fucking freaking out. And then it just got really hot, so I had to take off the mask and just cut shit.
Yeah, the Halloween masks do get pretty hot because there's no actual airflow or ventilation, so you're sitting there just dying inside your mask. No, the last Halloween I remember doing was when I was 18, I think, and I went to my mom's in Colorado to go visit her. And I had what I called my Shakespearean horror dress. It was a black and purple dress that held the girls up real nicely. And I remember going to this one guy's like, trick or treat. And I swear to God, he didn't take his eyes off my chest the entire time. I don't blame the poor guy. Like they're out there. So, but that's the last time I remember trick or treating. So it was fun. Of course, now that we're adults, we have the parent tax. So
yeah. Sorry, I got to check this for drugs. Which I'm sorry. That entire thing of people putting chemicals in the candy is an entire urban legend. I think it's actually happened only once, and it happened 20 plus years ago.
Well, it was a father that did it. Like he didn't mean to poison his own children, but because he was mad with like the neighbors or something, but his kids ended up dying because of it. But it does happen.
It doesn't. That was the one instance. And yeah, it created this entire sense of paranoia, and we think that we're going to find razor blades. My favorite thing right now is people going, look out, drug addicts are sending out or are handing out edibles with their as candy.
The hell they are. Like,
No,
that shit's
the
expensive.
fuck they're not. No,
Could you,
they are not.
One, that would be dumb on their part because it'd be expensive as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But
Because I'm sorry,
also
a pack of gummies. Go ahead.
If you found that, obviously you're not going to be like, all right, that was Brad down the road. He was fucking the one passing them out. You're not going to know who to like pinpoint, especially if you hit 100 houses plus that night or whatever. But like, that would be just dumb. But like, if you were like 16 and you fucking got those,
Sitting there showing your ass, this candy's fucking awesome, man.
bro, I'm going to Brad's house every fucking year.
It's stupid because I'm sorry, a pack right now, I could go buy some. Yes, edibles Delta is legal in the state we live in right now. I could go buy a pack. The most I could get in a pack is 10. To get that pack of 10 at 3 milligrams of Delta is going to run me about $20,
if not more.
if not more.
If you open the pack and then you're like, you're gonna like, what are you gonna do? Like, just toss them one fucking gummy, and they're gonna like open up their candy later on, just see one gummy laying there.
Right.
Most kids are gonna be like, that wasn't in a wrapper. I'm not gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
you're just throwing out the whole pack, you're fucking shipping out tons of money for
no gain.
Kids, no gain, and like to get kids hooked on drugs, which is just fucking stupid.
Well,
Right.
not really.
Well, no, here's
you can't. The problem with that is you are correct. Why would you do that? Like, that is an entire stupid fucking thing to do. You're not getting the kids hooked on anything. Delta and weed itself are non-format having, technically. What's causing the habit isn't the drug itself. It is the feeling you get from said drug. And the only reason that it has been shown for people to get addicted to that feeling is it's the people who are high anxiety, high depression, really fucked up individuals who it calms them down and it helps them.
Looks like I need some.
I told you.
No, I'm mad that,
Whoa.
No, I'm mad that as growing up, I am not offered as much drugs as they said I would be in school.
Right.
So
the
mad.
Program made it seem like I could walk down to the nearest corner and buy an ounce of cocaine from Paul.
Right. It's like I was mad. Like, you told me I would be offered drugs all the time. I never had a single, or even at parties, here, someone's going to pass you a joint. I went to so many parties as a kid. Not a single person. Yeah, not a single joint.
Fucking joint inside.
Like, I didn't actually smoke pot until I was over the age of 18 living on my own. Like,
yeah.
It's just fucking, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to call out Paul, but like, why does Paul just seem like a great drug dealer name?
Because it is.
Go down the fucking, I didn't go down the road and just fucking see Paul and be like, give me the joint.
Right? Yeah.
What's funny is so growing up, we had the war on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
With the war on drugs, you had the DARE program. Does anybody here know how great the DARE program was?
It don't work.
It didn't work. As a matter of fact, it was the greatest failure the federal government ever did about anything on drugs. DARE increased the amount of drug usage in adolescent children.
Well, yeah, because we didn't know about it, and then they're like, here.
We didn't know.
Yeah, we had no
idea.
It's like, kids don't do drugs. We're like, what's drugs? And we figure it out. Oh, this is drugs. Oh, we like the drugs.
What if it was just a scam to like...
That is a theory.
Get more people to do drugs.
Well, no,
then they get more busted.
No, there's just a whole conspiracy theory that the reason why majority of your African American people are hooked on like meth and heroin and stuff is like back in the 70s, the government had this great idea to get them hooked to keep them complacent. So if they were high and doped up and unable to riot, they could keep them under control. And it's either a conspiracy or it's actual factual facts.
I think it's one of those conspiracies that we hear and we're like, hey, is this true? And then we didn't get an answer. So we're just like, okay, yeah, it's true. It's one of those conspiracies that hasn't been proven, yes or no, but it's more leaning as to the yes.
I remember watching this video. They were like, all right, now we're going to show you what someone on cocaine looks like. And it was just this
Yep.
video of this guy running in and out of his house, like just hitting the car and like dodging cars driving down the road. And I was just like, that's me on a fucking bad day. Running in and out of the house, fucking like weaving back and forth, like I'm fucking done with this shit.
Or it shows you the people that, you know, them before drugs, them after drugs. Like what you don't realize is that after picture is years of abuse, not like, you know, a one-time use. That is several years of abuse that have gotten them that far down.
It's years of abuse, and then the pictures that they show you, which is typically a mugshot, if we're being real here, it's a fucking mugshot.
Mm-hmm.
When that mugshot is taken, they're going through withdrawal symptoms. When you go through withdrawal symptoms, you look like shit, you feel like shit, you claw at your skin, you rip out your hair. And yeah, it's not pretty, but it's what happens. I went through minor withdrawal symptoms of nicotine, and that's a very minor drug. If somebody tells you nicotine isn't a drug, they're fucking stupid. Read a book. But nicotine is a drug. I went through mild withdrawal symptoms of nicotine. I was depressed. My anxiety was through a roof. I was getting angry. I wasn't getting destructive yet, but I was getting angry. I felt claustrophobic. Like the symptoms are no fucking joke. I can only imagine somebody who was hard stuck on cocaine or, you know, what have you, and then suddenly not having access to any of that.
Well, look at Rent. Like when Mimi's going through her withdrawals, it's something like that. Like you get the shakes, you're sweating, you're hot, you're cold, you're desperate to do anything. You know, you essentially go through
anything for that fix.
Yeah, you essentially go through the 5 stages of grief for addiction
in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. No, but
and then it relapses.
On a bit of a lighter subject, did you see that Hasbro revealed what's called Dicelings? They're new toys that transform from dice into Dungeons and Dragons monsters. You're
fucking bullshitting.
I have never wanted something so badly in my life.
Cool. All right, I know what I'm doing for my next D&D campaign. I also love how this went from a Halloween thing to drugs, and now we're talking about toys.
I mean, hey, toys are part of Halloween.
Yeah, toys. I almost bought something for Fang the other day, but I was like, he don't need it, and I wasn't going to spend $20 on it.
If you're going to buy me something, this goes for anybody in chat listening, by the way. If you're going to buy me something,
he wants a lightsaber.
Don't buy me something I need. Because if I'm going to ask you for something, I'm not going to ask you for something I need. I'm going to ask you for something I want.
And see, I'm the opposite.
If I need something, I deem it my own duty. I have to get that for myself. I cannot rely on somebody. I should be able to get it if I need it. But if I want something, by all means.
I was looking for Pokemon, this specific set, Pokemon cards that just got released the other day. But I couldn't find them while I passed down the toy aisle. Saw that they have Apex Legend toys and Sol Mirage. And I was like,
oh, dude, I would have fucking rocked it.
Bro, I was like, I want to get this for him, but then
I'm married to a child.
Yes, you are. No, dude, I would have set, if you would have bought that for me, I would have set my camera up so that motherfucker was on display and while I played Apex, which I'm going to be doing after this podcast. But I would have had that motherfucker on display with me.
Maybe if I see it, maybe.
So, with keeping in spirit of Halloween, like I love the fact how, you know, the closer and closer it gets to Halloween, like the closer and closer, like the more and more you see Christmas stuff coming out. Like
I hate it.
Like Halloween, like it wasn't even 2 weeks before Halloween, and like most of the stores are already changing over to their Christmas decoration. I'm like, fat man, stay in your own holiday. Like there's a whole holiday between Halloween and Christmas. There's Thanksgiving. Stay in your own time.
People look over Thanksgiving nowadays. Most people don't want to cook anymore. The traditions are bad. Families are split.
Well, and people want to, you know, do cancer culture on it as well, because you know.
Well, yes. Well, not necessarily on it, but we don't want to celebrate murder, mass genocide.
No,
for being real.
But the original Thanksgiving was that they did have them, you know, feast and everything like that. But still,
yes. It's just what happened after the fact.
Yeah.
I just remember waking up on Thanksgiving. This is back when my mom was still alive. We literally went to my aunt's house, spent family with my mom's side, and then halfway through the day, I'd go and spend it with my dad's. And even after my mom passed, I did that for a little bit. And then it got to the point where, like, okay, I'm working now, and up until this past 2 years, I still worked on Thanksgiving, which is dumb, and I'm blessed that my boss decided to finally be like, you know what? I don't need the money for that day. So I got it off now. And but I don't go over there, and it's just one of those things where like you get older and then like you see it, like you see like what your parents were like or how they feel like. And like you're like, you know what? It's just one of those holidays that like, yeah, it's nice to get with the family and eat dinner because even most families, you have like the husband and wife, they're sitting on the couch eating dinner, and the
The
son's
weird
in his
uncle in the
bedroom.
corner.
Yeah, the uncle in the corner drinking his fucking beer, and the kids
Yeah.
are in their room and shit, and like it's just like the only holidays I feel like actually get appreciated is like New Year's, Christmas, Halloween, and 4th of July.
And you have
And yeah, most of them get looked over.
Valentine's Day.
In my mind,
I feel like that still even gets looked over. Most
it
people are
does.
like, because you got the people that are like, well, I don't want to celebrate you on Valentine's Day. I should be celebrating you on, every day.
Every day, yeah.
Which is true.
Yes.
But at the same time, then you have the couples that are like, yeah, we don't go out for fucking Valentine's Day. And you have the people that do, and then they spend too much money and they're like, fuck, we fucked ourselves. And it's
Valentine's
cool.
Day-
If I had a girlfriend, yeah, we're going to go out unless she didn't want to, or a wife or whatever. But at the same time, I feel like it's one of those ones that get looked over.
What happened with Valentine's Day, and it's the same with Christmas anymore. So you look at any holiday it has monetary gain, such as Valentine's Day, Christmas, Easter. The meaning of those holidays. Okay. Yeah, I do too all the time. But you look over these holidays, they're no longer what they used to be. They never will be what they were, because what they were was different celebrations of different things. So Valentine's Day, I believe, had something to do with some saint of something or other who did a thing. And then Easter, even though the day changes every single year, for some reason, it's always the day that Jesus rose from the grave. I don't know how he changes on a different day every year, but, there we go. And then you have Christmas, which was originally Yule, a massive celebration of partying, sex, and gift giving. You can look that up. I'm not bullshitting you. And all three of these have turned into just monetary value greed. On Easter, you expect candy or maybe even a gift basket of some kind. Valentine's Day, candy, flowers, gifts. Christmas, gift, and a lot of food. That's what they've turned into. And it sucks, but that's the modern day. The only holidays that have really stayed as what they were is Halloween, though technically not, because the whole reason behind Halloween was you dress the kids up as ghouls and goblins to push back the ghouls and goblins, because ghouls and goblins couldn't look at themselves. So when you had a kid running around dressed as one, it scared them back into the underworld. That was the whole belief. And you rewarded the kids by giving them treats. Now we do it for fun. And then you have the 4th of July, which is Independence Day. Those are the only two that have originally held relatively the same meaning.
So back to your Valentine's Day, there's two things that come with it. It's either Emperor Claudius II executed two men, both named Valentine, on February 14th of different years in the 3rd century. Their martyrdom was honored by the Catholic Church with a celebration of St. Valentine's Day. And then you have Pope Gelasius I technically invented Valentine's Day in AD 496, when he established the Feast of St. Valentine in the memory of the martyred saint who died on the day over 200 years before.
Okay, so you have two different stories. Both involving death.
Yeah.
Love that.
Gotta love it.
Death, bringing people together. Nothing says I love you like an execution. How would that work, dear? If I went, honey, if I just brought you out into the parking lot of our apartments and I went, dear, I love you so much. I got these two motherfuckers on a guillotine.
Oh, honey, you really do love me.
Like, let their crimson red blood show my devout love for
sweet
you.
Jesus.
Off with their heads.
Let me show you my divine love by, murdering two people who didn't know what was coming.
Exactly. Like, nothing says I love you. Like, good old fucking...
It just shows you the different times, back in the day that would have been seen as sweet. Nowadays, like, what the hell's wrong with you?
I cut off my dick as a present. Or no, what was it? I'm sorry, it wasn't a dick. It was like I gave you my ear or something. Yeah, a dude cut off his ear, put it in a box, gave it to his wife. The wife did something.
Wasn't
to
that
give
Van
him a
Gogh,
watch.
though? He gave his ear to a girl that didn't want it.
Yeah. So I'm mixing up stories. Van Gogh gave his ear to a woman to say something like he would always listen to her or some shit like that. Something romantic along those lines. Then there's another story of a guy who sold his wristwatch or his pocket watch to make sure his wife had a glasses case or some shit like that. A really nice one. And then his wife sold her glasses to get him a new chain for the pocket watch. And it's like, that's really sweet and all, but you're both fucking stupid.
No, it's just showing that they were both loving and caring, and then they
were willing to give up something
about
they like. Yeah, they were willing to give up something they both liked for the person they loved.
Because maybe he doesn't have that pocket watch, but he has a chain now, and she doesn't have glasses, but she has glass case or whatever. I can't remember which way you said it.
Yeah.
And then now they have this funny story.
It's also a funny story, and I believe at the end of the story they take, because the pocket watch chain that she got her husband was a really nice chain. Like really fucking nice.
Oops.
And same with the glasses case that he got her. They were both really nice, really expensive items, and I think they just turned around and sold it for monetary gain to help them through their life. So it worked out in the end. Their act of sweetness, helped them out. But still.
Yeah. It's still sweet, though.
I believe Thor did something stupid for love. Now that I think about it, Thor probably did something stupid. Loki did some fucked up shit, not in the name of love, just because he could.
Yeah, Schleppnir.
Yes. I will always bring that up. Every time I can, I will bring up the fact that Loki turned himself into a female horse, got railed, and gave birth to a 6-legged horse named Sleipnir.
God,
Tagger, your deity is fucked. I may have a.
Christ.
It goes for Kitten too, because Kitten's fucking patron deity is Loki. They're fucked.
You can't make me laugh. You're gonna kill me.
Hello, life insurance.
No, I want to live.
I don't get that much in life insurance.
Bronchitis is no joke, man. Like
it really isn't. It'll fuck you up.
Oh, now that I'm older, and it's like it's killing me. Like I can't breathe or nothing. And like, I don't remember bronchitis being this bad when I was younger.
Yeah, well, it's technically it wasn't, but also technically it was. Like back in the day, your immune system is building up. It's strengthening itself. It's identifying these illnesses and it's kicking their ass. Now that we're older, our immune system
body's like fuck it.
Yeah, body's like if you die, you die.
Right, if he dies, he dies. Fuck it. Like I'm on 4 different medications, like, and I still don't feel better. I'm like, come on.
But then there's also, I was gonna say something. Oh, a buddy of mine. It is that bronchitis is what got him to stop smoking cigarettes. Because he got bronchitis. He got bronchitis and still smoked. And in doing so, he ended up getting a fuckload of water in his lungs.
Oh no.
And it damn near killed him. And he's like, you know what? Fine. I'm done. He got the bronchitis cleared out. He got the water in his lungs cleared out. And he's, as far as I know, last I talked to him, he had just gotten out of jail, but he was doing pretty good about it.
Thing.
Every time I get sick, like to where like I'm out, lights are off, I sleep the day away, even the next day I'm still sick, and I don't touch my vape. Like day 3 when I'm starting to feel better, I don't even like want to grab the vape or anything. And then like day 4 or 5, I'm like back to normal, and I'm like, all right, back to the vape. I always think to myself, that is a perfect opportunity to just be like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah.
Willpower.
It's all willpower.
No, I mean, people can sit here, the people that are listening or listening later, you guys, which I don't think you'll judge me. I mean, you guys might have your comments. Fuck you.
I won't judge you.
But like what I'm saying is like, in all seriousness, right now, like I could say today, tomorrow, this very moment, I could take my vape, throw it in the trash can, and I could be done. I could quit. I might be anxious the next couple of days to a week or two. I can do it. I can do it. Anyone can do it. It's what May said. It's willpower.
Yes.
And nobody wants to. But then you have these people that are like, well, now cigarettes are $8 a pack, and I only know that because my dad smokes and he was bitching about the other day. Or
Yep,
vapes are the disposable vapes are $20 to $25, and you're like what Fang gets, like the mods and all that shit.
This mod that I'm hitting right now was $110.
Yeah, people
Freaking
bitch about the
crazy.
prices and stuff, but like I could quit. I just don't want to.
So there's that for you. My reasoning is a little different. So for those of you who don't know, I'm missing a vast majority of my teeth. The reason why is health reasons, as well as it's really hard to take care of your personal hygiene when you have to worry about food. And it's what I tell people. They're like, how'd you lose your teeth? Was it drugs? I was like, no. When you have to choose between food and personal hygiene, it becomes really obvious which one is necessary and which one isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, that fucked my teeth up to the point where I have to slowly but surely get them removed till I am at the denture point. I got my front 6 teeth removed. May can remember this because we weren't dating at the time, but we were living together.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my front Fifi? Yes. I fucking wanted to. I had never wanted to slap my wife before. But at that moment, I wanted to just give her the back of my hand.
Funny. Yeah. I didn't even miss a beat either. Just...
No, you didn't. It was instantaneous. I had walked through that door. She was already laughing about something, and I just went, Fifi? And she just went, yes. Fuck you. But I had those 6 teeth removed. For those of you who don't know, when you get your teeth removed, you're not supposed to smoke cigarettes. Because when you do, you can get a thing called dry socket. And dry socket hurts like a fucking motherfucker. And motherfuckers hurt. So it's like, okay, I have to not smoke for at least a week. I have to let this heal up. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to quit. Because I know smoking's unhealthy for me. I also knew, because I am a smart wolfie, I knew that if I played any online game, skill-based, going against people, that I would get undisputably angry. Like, ridiculously pissed off. Alpha has seen me pissed off.
When you lived upstairs, you'd get pissed off. I'd be on the headset with you, and you'd hear dum dum dum. Because he would just throw his controller on the ground.
Yeah, I'd say fuck it and just eat the bitch. But so I used the opportunity. I knew that if I played the online game, I'd get pissed off. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna play Injustice. I'm gonna play against the bots. So then the only issue that I can blame is myself. I didn't play good enough to beat these bots. I need to get better. Yada yada yada. I'm not gonna get as angry.
Mm-hmm.
Playing Injustice 2, Gods Among Us, which is a great game. I got so pissed off that I threw the controller out of the living room, into the dining room, into the kitchen. And I went, fuck this. I'm going outside. I'm smoking a cigarette. And I did. And now I'm okay. So I'm using a vape right now to wean myself off of nicotine to get to that point where I don't need to rely on it as much, to where I can control my anger myself.
And we've done really well. We've gotten you all the way from 24 to now 3. So
yep, I started off at 24 milligrams. I moved to 12, then to 6, and now I am at 3. The only hiccup along the way was when the fuckers sold me 0.6 milligrams of nicotine, and that's when I was going through my withdrawal symptoms for nicotine, because I was getting really pissed off and I didn't know why. I just happened to pick up the bottle and my thumb brushed over it. And I went, wait, that doesn't say 6. There's a point there. What's on the other side of that point? And it was 0.6 milligrams of nicotine. And I went, no fucking way.
You son of a bitch.
It pissed me off even more. Like, I went downstairs and I started bitching to May and Kitten. Like, this is 0.6 milligrams of nicotine. We need to get me another bottle of nicotine or it's not going to be a good time for fucking anybody. Another reason why I smoke, why I need that nicotine, is my shit's expensive. This setup, I can't ask mommy and daddy to buy me a new one anymore. Like, my monitors are expensive, my computer's expensive, everything I use is really fucking expensive
that shit comes out of
to
pocket
do what
now.
I do. The shit comes out of pocket. Like, there was one day I picked up my controller, which isn't the controller I have now. I'm gonna baby this motherfucker. But
that's yet to be seen, so
I picked up my controller and I was about to throw the motherfucker against the wall. I was ready. I picked it up. I moved my arm up over my head and I went, I can't replace this right now. And I set it back down and just like knuckled my desk.
How many times have we been in mid-game and then I've thrown my controller, got back on the headset, and was like, well, I got to get off here. I'll be back.
He's got to run a GameStop real quick. My favorite one of all time. I want to say...
I would be like, hey, bro, you want to get a GameStop?
Yeah, mid-fucking match. Hey, man, do you want to run a GameStop? Yeah, sure. What's going on? Can you wait till after this match? We're mid-game, right? Or we're shredding kids.
Sure, yeah, I just wait till after this match, but I'm sitting in the back corner.
Yeah, I was like, why aren't you moving? Why aren't you moving? I broke my controller. Oh, okay. Or there was another moment, and it was by far my favorite moment. It had to have been Destiny 2. I don't think I've ever seen you more mad at a video game than Destiny. Not Destiny 2, Destiny 1.
The fact that I've been playing Call of Duty since 08, 07, and Fortnite for 6 years, Pokemon my whole life, different Game Boy consoles, and only played Destiny for what, 6 months, maybe?
Give or take, yeah.
Destiny pissed me off the most.
I've never seen this man. Like, sure, I've seen him rage. I have seen him get to the point where he just logs out of the game. That is tame compared to what this motherfucker did in Destiny, a game we had just picked up because his girlfriend at the time, and we were bored. So I'm sitting there. I think we were trying to do the Wulf multiplayer because we wanted the Wulf armor. And we were trying to do these challenges because you had to do challenges to earn the currency, to do the things, and some required you to win the game, which is really fucking hard to do, surprisingly. And I'm just sitting there. We're getting shit on, just absolutely fucking shit on by everybody we come across. I just hear over the microphone Alpha going, "Fuck this stupid fucking," and then I just hear. And
I want to say that's the time that, so I have an overhead light in my room, as most people do. If you don't, you probably have a form of plug-in light somewhere. Well, water was leaking through it. Still did for a while, up to this past year, actually. But I'm pointing like you guys all see this shit. we had a ladder in here, and we had taken the thing down, drained the water, cut all ties with it so that if we turn the light switch on, it wouldn't electrocute us, yada, yada, yada. So there's a ladder in the fucking corner of my room. This is before I had my gaming set up now, so I was playing on my TV and my Xbox. So there was wide open area. I was sitting in my chair. I just fucking chucked the controller across the room.
Which at the time, I believe your headset was attached to the controller, was it not?
Yeah, so you probably heard yeet.
Yeah, I literally heard "son of a bitch," and then the headset being ripped off of his head.
But it was more like "son of a bitch."
Yeah, and the headset being ripped off of his head, and then just bang, crash,
but
and then silence.
How the controller hit is what the only way I can describe it is, you know, like pinball machines where like you hit a certain thing and it's like ding 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 ding, like goes around. Yeah. So I threw it, not remembering the ladder's over there, hits the wall, hits the ladder, and it's just ding 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 ding, like back and forth. And yeah, that controller was done.
I believe the headset was done too, if I recall.
What happened is I used to take the headset off because I was like, I could still play through the TV. I don't need a headset unless I want to talk to somebody. And I would just throw my headset, break my headset, snap it, whatever. Well, then I started realizing headsets are $60 to $100.
Mm-hmm.
Controllers are only $30. Mm-hmm. I'm going to start throwing the fucking controller. And then, so then I got expensive. Luckily, the only thing I've had to replace recently is controllers because just fucking stick drift.
Wear and tear, yeah.
Wear and tear and all that.
Same here. I mean,
it goes back to what you said. It's like mommy and daddy doesn't pay for this shit. Not that my mom and dad ever I got new systems, you know, every couple of years. New Game Boys, new games, whatever. But I never went, Mom, my controller broke. I need a new controller. Yeah. Well, that's too damn bad.
That was about the response I got. I was like, hey, my controller is kind of doing some funky stuff. Can I get a new one? And they're like, yeah, when you got the money to pay for it. And then okay, well, now
Or
I'm
it would
saving up the
always
money.
be, yeah, for your birthday or Christmas. And
Yep.
we'll use me as an example. No, we'll use you because you're further
Yeah.
on down the line. It would be like March, and your birthday's in October, and Christmas is
Yep.
in December. And
So
you're like,
I'd be sitting
well,
there with a
fuck.
fucking stick drift, absolutely scuffed fucking controller for 3 months. Why have you been on Xbox for a while? Dude, I can't play on this controller. Get a new one. I'm trying. Like, I love the people. I've had people like this in my stream, and it's upsetting to say this. They're like, you must think you're so good. What is it? It's like, you must think you're so good with your $1,000 setup, bloody, 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 what have you. It's like, you don't understand what I grew up with. I didn't have an Xbox 360 until Black Ops 2 was announced. And by then, we had already heard rumors of the Xbox One and Black Ops 3 and all this other shit. Like, when I first got my Xbox 360, Modern Warfare 3 was dying as a game. Because
I'll never
Black
forget
Ops 2
running
was
into you
getting
at
up.
Walmart and being like, what are you doing here? And you were like, getting Modern Warfare. They're like, me too.
Yeah, like, it was one of the things. I didn't come from a family that just gave me the latest console. I was out of date. I had a friend come over at one point. This is when I had the original Xbox. He's like, yeah, man, what games you got? And I was like, well, I got the original Halo. I've got this weird Marvel X-Men game. I don't remember what the fuck it was called. And like, that's it. And he's like, do you have Live? And I went, what is Live? Because I only had the original Xbox. I didn't know what any of this shit was.
You know, I had Live for the original the Xbox and never used it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what it was.
It's just one of the, like, apparently I was told later down the line that apparently the PlayStation 2 had internet capabilities.
Oh, yeah?
Probably.
I didn't fucking know that.
I was that same way with you. Like, my mom worked paycheck to paycheck, and like, she spoiled us.
Yeah.
But like, we didn't get like everything we wanted. But like, yeah, I had, the Game Boy Pocket, the Game Boy Color, the Advance. Yep. But then after that,
the handhelds I got on release almost.
After that, I didn't get another Game Boy till the 2DS or the Switch, which I bought both of those.
I think for me, the last handheld I got from somebody was the Game Boy Advanced SD, the fucking flip phone looking motherfucker.
The SP, yeah.
Yeah, that was the last one that I got, and that was a gift from my grandma. And if I recall, my mom didn't even want her to buy that for me, but grandma's got a grandma.
I didn't have a handheld console until my ex, and I'd gotten a DS.
I think I got the SP because my friend at the time gave me his because he got the Advanced or something, or whatever one came after that.
After the SP would be the DS. The Game Boy Advanced SP was the last Game Boy. After that, Nintendo went straight into DS. Then you had DS Lite. Then you had DS Nano, DS Lite XD, 3DS, 3DS XD.
I remember having a hand-down Sega, and then we finally got a Nintendo 64, and my mom was like, but you have to share it with your brother. And I'm like, but no. And then like, I got a PlayStation 2, and then that was it. And then like, my mom was going to get me an Xbox, but unfortunately she passed away that year. And the only reason why I got an Xbox, because I only got like, I think $60 for my birthday. And the only reason why I got an Xbox is because my dad remembered that she was going to get it for my birthday. And so that's the only reason why I got that. I didn't get a 360 until I got a job, and I was like, all right, I'm getting a 360. And I wouldn't have got the Xbox One if it wasn't for like you guys all switching over to it.
Well, I don't even think you bought my Xbox One.
Yeah, but you paid me back.
I did, but it was the thing of
that shit.
You and I were playing on the Xbox 360, and then I want to say Smeagol and Scuba Steve and whoever the fuck else we played with back in the day.
I actually got a side story real quick about that. So I had the 360. Well, they released a limited edition Chrome Blue one, and I was like, blue's my favorite color. I'm fucking getting that shit. I don't give a fuck. Went and sold my Xbox, got $40 for it. I was like, all right, cool. I'm only spending 160 for this motherfucker. Whatever. That very next week, the best friends are like, hey, Xbox One comes out. Smeagol and I are going. This is Scuba Steve. Scuba Steve and Smeagol are like, we're going to Xbox One. I was like, Smeagol's not doing that. He's always been like, I'm not upgrading. I don't have the money for this shit. Da da da. Well, sure enough, he was the first in fucking line.
Yep.
Fucking went and got it. So Scuba Steve's fucking getting it. And then like I remember you and I sitting there talking about like you going, well, I don't have the money for it. And I was like, dude, I don't want to upgrade. I just got this. And
I
then
remember
like,
that.
and then like I was just like, we got to though, like, right? If we want to keep playing with him, because at the time you couldn't talk to him.
Yeah.
So then like we did that deal where like you paid me like I think $50 back every paycheck.
Give or take. Yeah. It was $50 to $100. Whatever I could afford to give you, I gave you.
And of course, it wasn't just me being nice and going, hey, here's the Xbox, you're fucked on the rest of the shit. No, I was the good friend, got him the nice headset, got him the nice controller.
Now, hang on. Well, there wasn't just that. It was, I think it was about a month or two down the line. You and I walked in to get we were pre-ordering the latest Call of Duty, I think. And we were pre-ordering something. We went in there. You were getting your poster because God help you and your fucking posters.
Bro, I had every Call of Duty poster
you really
from
did.
like 7 years of games.
But we walked in there and we saw something about Halo. And they were like, yeah, you guys have access to the Master Chief Collection and you should have gotten a skin for your Xbox. And we're like, wait, what? I only remember that because we didn't know that we got the Master Chief Collection with it. Yeah, we didn't know any of this. So we didn't realize that we basically had 6 or 7 free fucking games that went with our shit.
Damn.
I would have been shitty.
Good times.
And now my Xbox is a glorified DVD
player. Dude, I'll never forget. So I got in trouble with my mom as an adult, and she took my Xbox. And she's like, you'll pay me back for this. Yada, yada, yada. And I was trying to tell her when she took it, which I realize now I could have gotten her for theft because she stole my personal property. But
if you were underneath her roof, it wouldn't have counted.
I wasn't under her roof. She walked into my apartment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I could have gotten her for theft. But I tried telling her, this thing is a glorified DVD player. It didn't have a hard drive in it. And so any game you played, you were looking to beat it this day you started it up. That was it. That was how you were doing the game. I tried telling her that over and over and over again, and then I eventually paid her back. Alpha, I believe you were there. You took me to go pick it up from her.
Yeah, because it was in the storage shed.
Yep. And
that's the first time you heard that song.
Yep.
By me.
And we went over there. We got it out of the storage shed. She handed me my money back, and it was a lesson. She was teaching me a lesson, which I'm grateful for. Don't get me wrong, but I still had to show her that I wasn't lying to her because I went, "Hey, Mom, check this out," and I popped open the side of the Xbox One, which is where the hard drive would go. I was like, you see how this is an empty spot? And she's like, yeah. I was like, this is where the hard drive goes. Without that hard drive, this thing is a glorified DVD player. I thought you were lying. I wasn't fucking lying. This thing was a glorified. You took my DVD player, effectively, is what you did.
So you really were telling the truth. I do that a lot, quite often.
Yeah.
Literally, I have 4 consoles right now. My Xbox is a glorified DVD player.
Yep.
/ streaming service. Every time I turn it on, it doesn't do the little bling. It does the yay, I'm being used. It pisses me off. And then my VR headset and Switch are just collecting dust. And then my PC is what I play everything on.
So I have my PC, and then I have a Nintendo 64. I have a PlayStation 2.
Dust.
Technically a Sega Genesis as well, because those are Mays, right? That's a Sega Genesis thing down there.
Correct.
And then we have a Super Nintendo that's sitting in a box somewhere.
It's parts. That's all it is.
Yeah, because you can't. Whoever owned it prior broke off a wire inside the motherfucker, so it's glorified parts. And then I have my VR set, which occasionally
we also have the Wii too, the 64.
Yeah, we have the Wii.
I think we have a PS2, right? Or a 1. I think we have a PS2. I think
we have the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
But I bought all of those things because as a child, that was the shit. Like, I remember when I got the PS2, the first thing I fucking did was I booted that bitch up. I heard the fucking blam noise, and my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
That would be one way to get fucking like. I could see you playing PS2 as a kid, and like your parents are in bed, and just you turn it on. You're like forgetting the volume that your TV was set on
Every time.
Oh,
Every
fuck.
time.
Fucking time. But or the you're sitting there sneaking the DS or the Game Boy under your pillow, and the volume's just a little too loud, and something happens, so it gets really fucking loud. You're trying to hide it under your pillow.
Shit.
Get into a battle with a Pokemon.
Yep. Every time.
Fucking. Oh, what was I gonna say?
Did
I tell you about the PlayStation load up screen?
Yes, you did. How the number of things behind it was based off of the amount of games you had saved.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I was this year's old.
Get saved.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Huh.
I just thought
Son of a bitch.
it was just loading up different backgrounds every time.
Yep.
Saw a YouTube short about it, and I was like, motherfucker.
Just sitting here, son of a bitch.
I was gonna say, yes, of course, the one fucking time I was sitting there arguing with Fang before the podcast about how we stay on topic, 90-something% of the time. He's like, nah, 60. We talked about Halloween. We did. We tried.
We did. We gave it our college try.
But no, in all honesty, those are the best podcasts. You have a topic, not every, some podcasts are topics.
They're topic heavy. Yeah, they're topic heavy.
Yeah, they like in the titles, you'll see, this, and this is what we talked about. Yes, we title our podcast, Halloween, whatever, But people who don't do podcasts, try it. Like, you're not going to stay on topic.
What?
There are, I've seen people like the Goons and the Misfits, they'll have a topic and they stick to it sometimes. But like, it's not every fucking podcast. Like, they'll have a thing to say, they'll say it, and then it's on to whatever fucking bullshit pops into their ADHD brains.
Yeah, and that's what we do. We have a topic, and some of our podcasts, we do follow real closely to the topic. Like, we stay on it almost on point the entire time. But I think a good podcast is that we have a topic, we talk about it, and then we also have our experiences that go with it. And then if it goes off topic, then, it's just more content for that.
Hell, go back to like the first month or two of podcasts where like we would have a topic and we've mentally thought we have to stay on this topic, and then you would hear, if May didn't edit them out, I don't really remember, but like you would hear the silence for a brief few seconds or 30 seconds, and then it would be like, so
yeah, those,
and like
those
even
get edited
Fang had
out.
said some shit like where he'd be like, all right, well, we're fucked, we're out of ideas.
Yeah,
like, at least we have like a podcast that's still going and like going, not just
we're talking.
So now what?
Yeah, we're doing the thing. We're talking. We're trying to keep entertainment. Yeah, does it have nothing to do with Halloween? Absolutely. Do we care? Probably not as much as you'd like us to.
Well, this is going to get posted on Halloween, so but there.
Yeah.
Even if we do this thing for the next 10 years or 5 years.
Back in my day, this podcast didn't mean shit.
We like, even if we do though, like what? So Halloween comes around, we do a Halloween part 3. We're either going to repeat ourselves, or we'll have more experiences, whether like, they have kids and something happened to them or like Ryan goes out and something happened to him on that Halloween. So there's a 5-minute story. So there's something new, but like you're going to get the same thing, or it's just going to get boring. So it's going to have to branch out.
It has to. There's no specific topic. It's more like a theme. The theme is Halloween. We have a Halloween background. We talked a little bit about Halloween.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's still just a bullshit podcast. We're sitting here, we're talking about shit that pops into our heads. And going through with that.
We're having fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Like we're not your typical podcast that's out there trying to make fucking bank off of this shit. We're out here trying to talk. We're your background noise while you do artwork or clean your house or organize your dresser.
You're trying to make your day just a little bit better.
Yeah. If we can bring you a smile, great. We did our job. If we don't bring you a smile, why the fuck are you listening? I'm sorry. I like, if you listen to us and you find us utterly annoying, that ain't our fault. That's on you, buddy.
Hey, bad publicity is still publicity. So I mean, you talk
Exactly.
shit. If you go to work, and yeah, dude, I heard this dog shit podcast, Wolfcast podcast on YouTube the other day. It popped up recommended. They were just fucking dog water, da 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 da. Bunch of fucking furries and shit, da da da, etc. You just fucking all right. Someone in the background might be a furry and be like, all right, I'm gonna check them out.
Bet.
Thanks.
Yep.
Or maybe someone's like, oh, Wolfcast podcast, I like wolves, da da da. Or you know, they see the art. They go and check us. They go and check us out, and they see the artwork. Oh, I love this art. You just fucking helped us out. Bad publicity, still publicity.
Right.
Yep.
And I know our roommate got on me about this because whenever we're out somewhere, I'll always promote the podcast. And she's like, oh my God. I'm like, what? I'm trying to get us out there. So it's like, I'll have days where I'm like, hey, do you like podcasts? We'll check out our podcast. You know, I do that at work. And this guy's like, yeah, I love podcasts. I'm like, well, check us out.
Somebody in chat says we got to do a podcast about wolves now.
I mean, we can. There actually is a wolf conservation here in Indiana.
Yes, there is. I want to go.
I do too.
It's like I rekindled with some high school buddies probably about a month back. And one, I wasn't really like, I went to school with him. I talked to him throughout the years and had no beef with him or anything. He was a cool guy, but didn't really ever hang out with him like really ever other than school. He saw the tattoo and stuff, and then I started talking about the podcast because if you guys don't know, I have the logo tattooed on my body.
Yep.
Which is really cool, and it's an awesome honor to have that. So thank you.
You're welcome. Shout out Bradley, my tattoo artist.
Is that right? Angels and Demons here in Indiana.
Yeah, he's like, all right, done. Sub, gonna listen. So Tommy, shout out to you. You're awesome.
And thank you for your support. But on that note, remember at 100 subscribers, I will be doing Alpha's makeup. Yeah, I'm trying to. I'll be doing Alpha's makeup. At 200, I'll be doing Fang's. At 300, they'll be doing mine. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when we go live on Monday. Visit our Patreon. You can participate in polls, one-on-one meetings, be in a podcast, and so much more. So check that out. No donation's too small, and we appreciate anything that you do give us. So thank you. Visit our spring. Use Wolfcast20 to get 20% off your orders, and that code is good until December. Visit our Dubby. Use our affiliate code down below in the description for Wolfcast10 to get 10% off all your orders. They've got 6 delicious flavors. They're diabetic-friendly, sugar-free, and they are FDA approved. Follow us on all of our social medias. And once again, just hit that subscribe button for us. You know, we want to be and keep being that #1 podcast in your heart because I enjoy doing this. This is really fun, and it's something that we want to keep bringing to you day after day. So thank you again for tuning in for our Halloween podcast. We hope you have a fun and safe Halloween. Make sure you check all your candy and keep the ones you like. And make sure just to be loving and nice to anyone out there that might not have a nice costume. So we're trying.
Fuck, my costume was just my TikTok outfit.
Yeah, it was.
For those of you who don't know, I do TikTok now.
Yes, Fang finally has TikTok.
I think it's White Wolf Fang 0925. You can check me out on TikTok.
Yeah, check him out on TikTok because he's not bad. So we love you guys. Thank you so much.
Adorable.
Yes, you're very adorable. Thank you for tuning in. We love you guys, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye-bye.